Hey there. So today I wanted to talk about your backyard and what you have available for foraging. So some people have mentioned to me that, it's all well and good that you can live on the edge of the wilderness right here in Alaska. I mean, you can see these gorgeous mountains in the background. And we live in the Alaska Moose Range here in South Central Alaska. So we have access to a lot of different amazing plants that aren't in the city, but I would argue with the notion that you have to be in the wilderness to be able to take advantage of foraging. So as an example, I'm here in the backyard right here in my own house, and I thought I would go through and just kind of take a look at what is right here in our own backyard, and chances are you have a lot of the same plants in your own backyard. So the first plant we're going to look at right here is plantain. So plantain, oops, let's take a look here. This is plantain. And this plant right here is good for lots and lots of different things. And it loves to live in well-trodden backyards. I mean, that's where it likes to be the most. So it's my favorite use for it is to, if I get a bee sting or I've got stung by nettles, is to kind of squish it up into a spit poultice and use it to treat the pain of the sting, but it's got a million other uses. So I'm not going to go into super depth on every plant because I see so many right here. I want to get to all of them. Every plant that I see right now has a use. So here we have fireweed, and you can see how tall the fireweed is right here. And this year we don't have a lot of blooms, but the blooms make amazing, when they're here, they make amazing tea. You can make fireweed honey or jelly out of them. They taste amazing, they're edible. Every part of this plant is edible. The leaves can be used to help with constipation. In the early spring, you can eat the shoots as they come up, and even the roots are edible. Moving on to the next thing that I see is, well, let's look here first at our rose bush. Here's a little rose bush, and the rose, you can eat the flowers. They're delicious and edible. They're good for tea. They have rose hips that are going to be coming in the fall, which are extremely high in vitamin C. They also make an excellent tea, or you can dry them. You can also make some fruit leather out of them as well. Moving on to the next plant. Here we've got nettles, and you can see right here this nettle plant has been hacked down a few times, so it's still perfectly ready to be harvested. And nettle plants are extremely high in iron, lots of vitamins and minerals. You can use them as a steamed vegetable or dry them for tea, which is my favorite use for them, is to add them to the wild tea. Let's walk a little bit further over here and see what else. Okay, so we've got some pushki, and this pushki right here, you can see the stalks are still in really great condition for cooking. These stalks here can be peeled and added to soups and casseroles. As a vegetable, you just got to make sure you peel off the hairy side parts right here on the stem, which can cause irritation, leading to sunburns for people. It makes you more photosensitive, and it really irritates the lining of your mouth, so you want to make sure you peel that like you would peel a potato. And then a plant that so many of us have in our backyards that most people would consider a pest, here we got dandelions. These dandelion greens are still perfectly fine and edible, even though they are well developed. You can eat the dandelion root, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers. A lot of people like to make dandelion wine out of the flowers. So, I mean, just looking out here, we've got the birch trees. The birch trees, they have cambium on the inner bark that you can eat. The leaves are helpful for teas for helping with urinary tract infections. We've got, right here, we've got a lovely willow plant, or a willow tree. I'm not sure if you can see it right here in the photo, but this is a willow tree right here. and those willows branches can be taken off. You can go ahead and make a fish basket or a fish trap out of those branches. You can use the leaves for making into a tea for headaches. It has a very aspirin-like compound to it. Let's see, just walking around, let's see what else we can find here that's not just a weed in the backyard here. Okay, we have the spruce trees right here. We have the spruce trees that make amazing, when the spruce tips come out in the spring, they make amazing tea. Right now all the spruce tips are gone and they're just developed into the regular tips here, but you can still make a tea out of these needles in the winter time, even right now if you want to. And also the cambium, the inner bark from underneath there, the outer brown bark will make an emergency food source. So just within a few minutes of walking in the backyard here, we have so many different edible plants. Okay, here's another one. We've got clover. Okay, so we've got, almost everybody has some of this in their backyard, especially in the northern climates. These can be added to teas. They are good for blood purification, extremely good for you. And they also provide a really pleasant tea flavor for what you're making. But here we got, oh, here's got some random watermelon berries going on right here in the backyard. These ones are looking a little past their prime. But yeah, as we're just walking around, you know, you're looking for opportunities to use the plants that you have all around you in the backyard of your own house. And even if you lived in a very developed neighborhood, I mean, almost everybody has a little green space that they can have access to, and that's not even counting all the different mushrooms that we have available to us. Oh, here we go. We got high bush cranberries right here coming in. And in Alaska, these grow everywhere, like just like weeds everywhere. Here's some better watermelon berries right here. So for the folks that say that there isn't foraging opportunities because they don't live in the country, I would just argue, look in your backyard, go to the park, all the green spaces, wherever it's legal for you to forage, and just start opening your eyes, and all of a sudden you'll notice this sea of green. They're really no longer looking like weeds to you. You're really singling out individual plants and going, oh, I know what that one is, and I know what that one's good for, and oh, that one will be good for my headache, or that one's good for constipation. And so I love seeing people get excited about transforming the way they think about whether they see just a messy collection of weeds that need to be killed. They start to see them as, no, this is actually like a garden that I didn't have to tend in my own backyard. So happy foraging out there, you guys.